Hello everyone, I'm the artist behind the Memento Mori channel. You might have watched my videos before, but this is probably the first time you're hearing my voice. I recorded this a couple of months ago and edited it together not too long ago, but it's taken me some time to actually sit down and record the voiceover for this. Part of me wanted to write a script, another part wanted to just ramble, so I decided to go for the latter. I've actually been doing a little bit of doll customizing. This is the first doll that I've actually attempted to record the production process of, and as you can see, it's a little bit messy. But I'm hoping that you can bear with me and enjoy walking through the process. So for today's customization project, I'm starting with a Monster High doll. I've already taken off her hair with scissors and removed her head from her body. The next part is actually one of my favorite parts of the doll customizing process. You think that it wouldn't be because it's a lot of work, but it's actually very satisfying just pulling all of that hair out. So what I do is I take some needle nose pliers, put them in through the hole for the neck peg, and pull out all of these clumps of hair. Once I have all the hair out of the head, I then remove the face paint with acetone. You can either use 100% pure acetone or nail polish remover that's based on acetone. It's incredibly satisfying for me to perfectly clean off a doll's face. However, with this doll, it seemed like there was some staining of the pink on her lips, so I wasn't able to get it perfectly clean. Next, I'll put the doll's head back on the body. I do this before the face up because I'm going to be doing a lot of squeezing and pressing, as you can see, to actually get it on over the neck peg. I put on some gloves for this part because I thought that I would immediately be going to the sculpting, but then I remembered that since I was planning on making an elf character, she wouldn't need her ears, so there they go. Since I wanted to give her large, long elf ears, I decided to make supports with armature wire. Once I determined how long my armature wires were supposed to be and where exactly they were supposed to be placed, I pulled out my 2-part epoxy. Now, this stuff can be rather dangerous if you handle it without gloves, as it can cause an allergic reaction. So it's one of the reasons why I was handling it with gloves. It takes about 24 hours to completely set, at which point it's okay to handle. Two-part epoxy is my go-to clay for creating dolls, and is something I actually learned from watching doll customizing on YouTube. But again, as it should go to say with any type of tool or art supplies, make sure you read the safety instructions before you start using them. Since I don't actually like working with fabric, I decided to do a sculpted outfit on this doll. One of the big reasons why that's actually helpful for what I was wanting is because I wanted to do a corseted look, which offers a bit of support in the chest. And so I had to sculpt on an entirely new chest for this doll. I then sculpted the rest of the bodysuit with the same clay. Then, I sculpted the boots and the gloves. With the remaining epoxy sculpt, I decided to sculpt some accessories for the doll. Once everything had set over 24 hours, I took it outside for a coating of Mr. Super Clear. Mr. Super Clear is a sealant that is carcinogenic, and so you have to be very careful when using it. Make sure you spray it outside and use a respirator. Mr. Super Clear takes about an hour to set, and so after that was done, I took the doll back inside for painting. First, I tried to match her skin tone with that of the doll. This was also helpful in being able to cover up the pink staining on her lips. The rest of the doll's body. I then started painting her outfit and accessories. Once all the paint is dry, I spray it again with another coat of Mr. Super Clear. This allows me to actually start on the face-up itself. I start a face-up by making an eye sketch, similar to the base color of the doll's skin, which in this case is purple, and then I'll go over it with pastels in order to give the body blushing and shading. Face-ups are a very fun part of the process for me. When I do a face-up, I'll generally do it in layers, spraying Mr. Super Clear in order to lock in a layer before going over it with more pastels. I also decided to add in a few little highlights. Of course, I had to go for those deep red signature Lolthsworn Drow eyes. Since she's going to have white hair, I decided to add a little bit of white to her eyebrows. I ended up playing around with this a bit, since I wasn't entirely happy with how it looked. And then I added a bit more detail to some of her little mushrooms and knives that I made for her. I also decided to give her a deep, moody blue eyeshadow. I'm an ink artist at heart, so it was a bit difficult for me to finish a project without going in with a pen afterwards. Then I go over her eyes and her lips with gloss varnish. I'm still rather new to the process of adding hair to a doll, so I attempted to make some white wefts out of some doll hair that I had, left over from another project. I seem to have deleted all the footage of me creating the wefts and initially gluing them to her hair, so this is what I've managed to find. Once I've glued all the wefts to her head, I then style her hair. Now that I'm done with the doll, I have to make her base. As you can see, my cat decided to come over at about this time. Wanted to get in on it, I guess. I crafted the core of the base with tinfoil, and then used epoxy sculpt to create a rock-like structure for her to be sitting on. I wanted it to be a craggy and imposing rock, like one might see in the Underdark. As with the doll, I gave the base 24 hours to set before going over it with Mr. Super Clear and then painting it. And here's the finished product. I hope you enjoyed, and that videos like this will be very much liked in the future. I'm planning on doing more of these, with other ideas and other concepts, so getting this done is a big milestone for me. I do hope you all enjoy this, and we'll come back next week for another speed paint, probably.